What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Hope we're all doing really well. Now, this is a meta video in my opinion, and it's post patch, so it's after the small little patch that was made to kind of nullify the kickoff goals, which I think has kind of worked to an extent, so I'm happy with that. But what I'm going to do before we get into how I have this set up and the formation that is meta, I just wanted to show you guys a few hints, tips, simple tricks to kind of help you along your way at the start of the journey with FC26, because defending, let's face it, is really difficult at the minute. So just a few basics that we're going to run through really quickly. Now, the first one is the second man press. Now, a lot of people forget to use this, and it has a massive advantage. So you can see here we used a second man press. It left the third defender kind of spare to jump in on that tackle, and then from there we get a nice little counter attack going. And yeah, we get the goal also. So don't forget your second man press. Don't spam it, obviously, because if you spam it, you're going to have people out of position. I can't stop games like this from happening where it's 4-6, 6-4, 9-8, 10-9. I cannot help you guys with that because defending is so bad in this game. But what I can help you with is getting away with certain small little things that will make a massive difference. Like here, the simple ball roll. You see how it changes the centre back's direction. A small ball roll, left or right, doesn't matter what player it is. Every player can do it. That makes a massive difference in terms of the defender basically breaking ankles or not, and gives you that little bit of space. And also, the other things that you've got to kind of remember is defending is so difficult, but the right stick is your friend. The right stick in this game is your friend. The slower you move the stick, the better the input. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. And again, in situations like this, the through ball is your friend. Don't forget to use that through ball, because defenders don't cut it out this time around. I don't know why. I don't know what's happened, but they don't cut it out, which is really weird. The simple 1-2 is another one as well that a lot of people forget to use, because again, people are frightened that a defender's going to cut the ball out or you're going to lose it. But it's such a simple, basic thing to use that a lot of people that I come up against, a lot of people that I see struggling don't use it, which is unfortunate. But again, high scoring games, the higher up you get in rivals, and the more you play foot champs, the more you're going to see the high press. So what we're going to do is we're going to show formations and tactics that kind of nullify that and will outscore your opponent. So let me show you how we've done that. Let me show you what I mean by the formation that we have set up. So it's a basic 4-4-2 system where you can pretty much get every player you like in that position. So for example, Alex Scott, I'm using Buemo, Bruno, Kuna, Ekitike. Rodri, I'm not too keen on at the minute. I am giving him a go. He's a 90 rated card, so I am giving him a go. Ida Militao, Konate, for example, and a few of the females as well, which are pretty decent this year also. So I wanted to get as many different players in position as possible, just to give it a go. So the tactics we have this set up are, yeah, you've probably seen this before. So, like I say, it's a 4-4-2 flat. It's on balanced build-up style, because nothing else really makes much sense to me at this point in time. So we're using it on balanced, and then we're using the defensive approach as high. We do set it to extreme, and then use triangle to manually adjust the line down to 90. It does give us the auto offside traps. It does give us the fact that your defenders are going to stick a foot out and stuff. And with the added bonus of having a DM in that situation in a Rodri, we can kind of get away with that. So that is why we're using it quite high. And we're trying also to make sure that we're not sitting in the box when we're defending. So that is why we're using that. And then the setup is both fullbacks are on defend. Goalkeeper we leave alone, although Oliver Kahn in this game is absolutely crap. So I don't even know why I'm still using him, to be honest. Winger wise, so then LM and RM we use on winger and attack. One of your box to box player has to be a box to box player, and we're using Bruno in that situation on ball winning. So he will track back and he will try and stick a foot out as best he possibly can. Obviously, your best CDM you have on deep lane, playmaker and defend. Your two strikers, advance forwards and attack. It kind of looks like a 4-2-4 when you're attacking. So you do have the advantage of the added width. You also have the advantage of having four strikers up the field as well. So you can basically, if you're coming up against a team that is using a 4-3-3, for example, and they're just using the 6 players to bomb forward, the 4 players to defend, you will have enough players there to get around it, as you would have seen in the gameplay clips. If you've watched the gameplay clips, that is, of course. So that is how we're using this meta at the minute, and it is a meta 4-4-2, and I absolutely love it. I think it's a brilliant formation. It gets me out of a lot of problems, and I'm using it in rivals, and I'm using it in foot champs as well. So that is how we're using that. There is the code if you want to give this one a try, guys. You won't regret it. Honestly, it is such a good formation. It is such a solid formation, and it is one that I have in my slots, and that I will be keeping for the duration as well, because it just kind of makes sense in terms of, until we get the defending not fixed, but until we get to grips with the defending and what they're going to do going forward with that, this is probably the best formation out there at this point in time. And it is just my opinion on that. So, yeah, give this one a go. Hit that like button if you like what you see. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to try and upload twice a week. So, yeah, we have clubs videos, pro clubs videos coming out, which is pretty good. You get to hear old men have arguments and a bit of banter, which is always nice to see. And yeah, you're going to get the tactics videos, which are going to be coming hard and fast. So hit that notification bell if you want to stay tuned and be up to date with everything that I post. So yeah, see you later on in the week. Take care.